You know, I had a really public breakup recently. It was a wake-up call for me in the sense of like, okay, you're going to do this on your own and you're going to be fine.
Right.
And you're not going to worry about what anyone thinks and has to say, because the relationship was rocky for a very long time. So, because I don't believe another person can break anyone up.
Nia Long, if she was with him for 13 years, right, and they still hadn't gotten married, but they were engaged, there was probably some underlying issues there. Maybe this was the straw that broke the camel's back. You know, and when you are a celebrity like that, being publicly humiliated, I think the stakes are a little bit higher. Just like she can't embarrass him publicly, he can't embarrass her. And when one of them breaks that promise, it is devastating.
Y'all, Nia Long's love life is looking far messier than fans ever expected. First came the alleged tension with Taraji. Then Sherri Shepherd reportedly entered the conversation, and now her former partner Ime Udoka is allegedly presenting a very different picture of their 13-year relationship. Nia described the breakup as a major wake-up call, but according to this narrative, Udoka may have viewed it completely differently, as finally getting his freedom after more than a decade together. The story also suggests Nia may have been more determined to hold the relationship together, especially before their public fallout. For years, they stayed together without getting married. Nia repeatedly explained that marriage wasn't a priority and that they were comfortable with their relationship. But her actions reportedly showed serious commitment. She even left much of her Hollywood routine behind and moved to Boston to be closer to Udoka. That decision has fans asking an uncomfortable question. Was Nia building a future while Udoka never wanted the same level of commitment? And Nia's romantic history goes back much further. In the early 2000s, she was reportedly linked to several entertainers and athletes, including Chris Webber and Peter Thomas. There were even rumors that Nia and her Love Jones co-star Lawrence Tate may have had a romantic connection. Now those old relationships are being dragged back into the conversation, giving fans even more to debate. Was Udoka ready to walk away while Nia was still holding on? Or is there another side to this story that hasn't been revealed yet?
Thing together.
Lorenz, did y'all two ever date, you and Nia Long?
Nia Long and I have always been super close. You know what I mean? That's dating. I don't kiss and tell. Let me just say that.
Before Ime Udoka entered the picture, Nia Long had already experienced relationships that eventually came to an end. She later became engaged to actor Masai Dorsey, and the two welcomed a son together. But that relationship ultimately fell apart too. Then, in 2010, Nia met Udoka, and everything changed. At the time, Nia was 39 and working in Boston, while Udoka, 32, was in town with the Sacramento Kings. What reportedly started as a casual weekend with his team quickly turned into something much deeper. The two allegedly clicked almost immediately, began dating, and eventually built a relationship that would last for more than a decade. They kept their romance mostly private until welcoming their son, Kez Sunday, in 2011. Then, in 2015, the couple confirmed their engagement. But years passed without a wedding, and eventually the relationship collapsed. That left fans wondering whether marriage was ever truly part of Udoka's long-term plan, or whether Nia had been hoping for a future that never materialized. Being involved with a professional athlete also came with challenges. Udoka's basketball career required constant travel, and after transitioning into coaching, his demanding schedule continued keeping him away from home. Nia reportedly embraced the distance, saying that time apart actually made their relationship more exciting because they always had something to look forward to when they reunited. But then came the scandal that changed everything. The Boston Celtics announced Udoka's suspension while an investigation into workplace conduct was underway. Soon afterward, reports began circulating about alleged relationships involving Celtics staff members, turning the situation into a massive public controversy. The story became even more explosive when reports claimed one of the women involved was married to a senior Celtics executive. Suddenly, the private relationship Nia had spent years building was being discussed across the internet. And after more than a decade together, one question became impossible to ignore. Could their relationship survive the storm that was coming?
As you reflect on what happened in Boston, do you feel like the Celtics were justified in the actions that they took against you?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, my part in it was to take ownership and accountability for my part. they had a choice to make a decision, and they went that route. And my thing was own up to it, take responsibility, and I served the suspension and had to own it, honestly. So same thing I'll preach to the guys. I can't sit here and not take accountability myself. So it was their right to go about it however they wanted to, and that's the choice they took.
What made the situation even more shocking was that Nia reportedly had a long-term relationship and family waiting for Udoka at home. From the outside, it appeared he had put his relationship, family, and coaching career at risk amid the allegations surrounding his workplace conduct. But according to this narrative, problems between Nia and Udoka may have existed long before the scandal. Nia had previously spoken about sometimes feeling like a single mother because Udoka was frequently away due to his career, while she remained deeply invested in keeping their family together. Then everything exploded in 2022. When the Boston Celtics announced Udoka's suspension, reports suggested he knew the controversy was coming before Nia allegedly did. Once the news became public, she was reportedly blindsided as the story quickly turned into a massive media storm. Fans also dissected Udoka's public apology. He expressed regret toward the players, fans, Celtics organization, and his family, but he didn't specifically address Nia or the personal pain she was dealing with. To some observers, that omission raised even more questions, and here's where things got uncomfortable. Nia reportedly didn't direct all her frustration toward Udoka. She also criticized the Celtics for making the situation public without first checking whether she and her children were okay. That reaction showed just how deeply the scandal affected Nia and her family. This wasn't just a headline, it was a personal crisis playing out in front of the entire world.
Okay.
And then, honestly and truthfully, her statements about they took a very private situation and made it public, it sounds to me, Nia, like you were expecting the Celtics to protect you. When it's all said and done, it was his job to protect you.
That's a fact.
His job not to even do this.
That could suggest Nia may have understood what was happening behind the scenes and was willing to keep the relationship together, as long as the situation remained private and away from the public spotlight. The real turning point, however, may have been when everything became impossible to hide.
Where I'm irritated with Nia is that Nia would have stayed. Had this would have never got out in the public, Nia would have stayed. She didn't want to leave. And I'm going to tell you how I know she would have stayed. Because when she made that post talking about the Celtics, it was the Celtics that embarrassed her. The Celtics didn't think about her son. The Celtics didn't think about her family when they decided to air out the very relationship they told him to keep his guy.
According to this narrative, Udoka knew Nia had spent decades protecting her reputation and had every reason to take anything threatening her public image seriously. Yet somehow, the situation allegedly crossed that very line and became impossible to keep private. Now, some claims suggest Nia may have forgiven Udoka and could be willing to explore reconciliation. Asterisk, asterisk, but only away from the cameras and public drama. Asterisk, asterisk, other reports tell a completely different story, claiming Udoka has already moved forward and has no interest in rebuilding the relationship. Meanwhile, fans are urging Nia to stop looking backward and put her energy into herself. Their argument is simple. If someone has made it clear they no longer want the relationship, continuing to hold on could only create more heartbreak. Some commenters also believe the public scandal permanently changed their relationship. Once private problems became worldwide headlines, they argue, there was no realistic way to return to the life they had before. And now everyone is asking the same question. Is Nia Long and Ime Udoka's chapter officially closed? Or could these two quietly find their way back to each other? Only time will reveal what happens next.